And so the day begins. You don't need to work out at the gym, just come to my house. You want a hand?
Yeah, I can't get this thing off of the right angle.
I know.
All right, let's see what Danny's made for us today, guys. Brand new rock bucket. We're gonna be putting this to a brutal test on a job site. But we gotta get it there first. So right now, I'm trying to hook it with the side of the bucket. I want to pull it off the trailer because we've got to get all of the attachments out to the job site and a skid loader, but we got to get the loader there first so that we can unload them off the trailer. And this isn't working. This just isn't working. I was trying to grab it with the side. So that fender's in the way. The trailer fender's in the way. And I'm trying to be quiet because it's like 6 in the morning. I really do need to disconnect the backup alarm on this skid loader. So I'm pulling the toggles in, the levers in, just to help me get tighter into it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Open them up. I can marry it in. That's what I was trying to do the first time. Just grab it enough so I can get it to the back so I can then yank it off the trailer. That's a perfect way to treat a brand new bucket. I haven't even used it yet.
Bad start, easy fix.
What's going on?
We haven't even got to the job site yet. Glad we kind of tested this thing out. When we get out to the site, we should test the other one out too. Because we got a definite leaker. Right there.
Yes. Yes. So that won't be the first one to pop a leak. I mean, that was the first one to pop a leak, but it won't be the last one.
Pop the guard off, and we'll tighten up that bolt. And then when we get to the site, check the Hydra rake, or the power rake.
So this is the virgin run of this rock bucket. I guess that's what you call it, a brush bucket.
I'm gonna grab some zip ties while you work on this.
Okay.
We definitely have a lot of extra hose, and it's loose like this because it allows for the whole hose system to slide inside of there. But look how much extra we got. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to secure that.
Yeah, I didn't quite do that the way I wanted it to.
We don't want all that hose hanging.
I need a hose keeper. And I thought there was going to be one on the bucket because I was hoping there was going to be one on the bucket because I don't have a good one on the machine. And what a hose keeper does is just a spot where you can line up all of your hoses and keep them all tidy. No, doesn't leak.
Give her one more test run, will you? There we go. Perfect.
really need to get that hose.
I just got to get these hoses secured somehow.
Yeah.
I don't want that flopping.
So we get the cat loader. So what you're gonna see, this job site is a complete disaster, which makes it really fun. Those ramps are so light. They feel like they're so light they feel like they're gonna break. But that's aluminum for you. So the cat skid loader has what I call a triple rail system. That's probably not the right technical term for it. But what that does is it gives me a lot more confidence on the sides of hills, and you're going to see I'm going to need it.
So let's just go grab the equipment off your trailer and
See how big that is? That's a power rake, but just the actual rake itself is 8 foot. And by the time you add the gearbox on the side and then the bracket on the other side, this thing is like 9 foot wide, which means it's not going to easily fit on the front of a trailer without fan dangling, and it's a heavy unit. So the only two pieces of equipment we had that could handle it is this cat. This is a 259D. The stickers are off because the stickers got beat. Whoever had it before me took this through brush, which is fine because, I mean, we do the same thing with it. Ripped all the stickers off, but the only two skids we have that can really handle this is the Cat 259D and the new ASV. And this one is best optimized with high flow.
holy shit, these are heavy duty. Yeah, they don't mess around, man. Holy. This is the heaviest duty one you make.
See, this is the first test run of both of these, so I always like to just give them a test run before we actually put them to work, rightfully so. I always find leaky somethings on them. I just always seem to. Except this thing. Nothing.
That's it, right?
So that has an 8-inch roller on it. Most of them have a 6-inch roller. Just the increase in diameter of the roller increases the speed, but since it's high flow, it's gonna move pretty fast.
Even if this one was leaking, I wouldn't have the tools for it. They're so big. Alright, I'm gonna go drop this in the front yard. Yep.
I never anticipated spending an entire day just attempting to do the rough grading, just attempting to do the preparation. What I found out after we got started, and I should probably save this for the walkthrough. Hopefully that's coming up here in just a moment. I'm not going to save it for the walkthrough. 43 trees came down out of this lot before we got there, and then they ground the stumps just below grade. So as I'm walking through, I'm getting this weird spidey sense that there's more buried. Hence,
See this whole grade here? Totally wrong. Everything kicks right into the garage. Look at it, that's like feet higher. So those trees were supposed to be removed before we got here, so I could take out this whole hill and transfer it to the other side of the yard. So I don't know if they've changed their mind or if they want me to push them trees over with the skid loader and take them out. So they were supposed to have a tree guy coming out, but they can't get anybody to come out and do anything out here, you know? There's just no service. So I gotta go through the site. I gotta grab all the big rocks like that. I can't get too close to that foundation wall because that'll blow it out even with a track machine. But you can see how everything just kicks right to it. But that's not even the worst part. The backyard is where the grades really get wonky.
They do.
We'll come back here. Look at that. Everything goes right into the house. I don't know how the city allowed the builder to go with a grade like this. So I got to be fixing all that. So you'll probably be building a wall out here, Alex.
What's that?
You'll probably be building a wall out here eventually. I want to get all the grades fixed first before we start worrying about walls. So this is where that rock bucket will come in handy, all through here. And then as we look up the hill, look at everything right into the back. So we're gonna try to give them some breathing room out here. See what we can do for them. Their property line ends right back there, so we don't have a whole lot of forgiveness on the back property line, and we don't have a whole lot of forgiveness on the side property line because they're kind of short on that. So you look, we got all this going on, big holes, ruts, tree stumps that are buried, slew of rock just kind of placed wherever. So we'll come in here and we got a level, grade, cut, fill, move dirt. Let's just get started. See ya, Alex. I think the first thing we're gonna do is toss the rock bucket on and start sorting through the site. Get the big stuff that we want to save cleared, the stuff that we're gonna toss in a different pile, and then we'll focus on dirt after that.
Me and the kitty cat get to bond for the next 3.5 days, and we bond. Like, my butt bonded right into that seat more than once. I had more than a few close calls. That nasty first hill, pure sand, no binder. So your ground just moves underneath you, which is no big deal when you're level, but when you're at an angle and that foundation wall, that's what kind of freaks me out a titch, that foundation wall. So she's tight. So right now I'm just checking to make sure it's tight. I don't have the actual clamps hooked up yet. And I don't want to put it all the way down because I got my couplers there. Watch my hat. My hat has a transformation on this job site. I got the 3M work tunes rocking. Who sent me? Oh, ISO Tunes sent me a pair of their stuff. And I think if you type in like Dirt Monkey, it can still get like 10% off. These are the best if you like to have something stuck into your head. It doesn't get better than these, but I don't like stuff stuck in my head. I'll take head cans, go on the outside any day of the week. So first off, we're gonna be grabbing rock. I gotta turn this down a titch, that music's kind of loud. I kind of like that I can just shake the dirt out. Just really lets me clean the rocks. This bucket is gonna be meh. It's gonna really help our business. We're gonna use it a lot. Let me just say that. Not just on this job site, but like in general, this thing's gonna be used on our demolition sites. I mean, it's just a big giant flipping rake in front of your skid loader. And all of the bigger rock I'm saving because he can reuse that to build boulder walls. So I figured I'd sort it, shake the dirt out of it and stockpile it over there. The customer, which you'll see eventually, he's got plans for this rock. So my plan is to get it out of my work zone. So the overall scope of work on this job was come in, we're just gonna finish grade this thing, and then we're gonna build retaining walls and do whatever we have to do to correct the grade. Except I changed the plan partway through the job. So this rock bucket is from stoutbuckets.com. They do have free shipping, so if you guys end up buying one, just tell them the Dirt Monkey sent you. It won't get you anything. It's just where I got mine from. And it's actually so heavy duty. I mean, just you look at the beef on this bucket. That's why I bought it, because I know we're gonna be banging the heck out of this thing. Before this job is done, we're gonna really torque this bucket down big time. All right, so what I'm doing right here is I'm going through the site and I'm just scraping all the top sticks off, all the stuff. I'm gonna get all the big nasty stuff kind of just cleaned off from the site. I don't mind having some of it in there. Actually, I kind of want to mix some of the sticks into the soil, but at this stage, I'm not ready to start thinking about contouring. I'm just in the zone of get the site cleared, get everything.
How does this happen?
I broke my GoPro.
That's the magnet mount for my camera I had on the skid loader.
I snapped that thing. I've used it so many times. So the
think
GoPro's
it's gone.
lost. Which sucks. Same GoPro I lost. I lose that GoPro everywhere.
Okay, that's some good luck, you guys. Check it out. I found it. Look at it. It was under the dirt, under that rock over there. Can't believe I found it. Look at this. It snapped right off. I found it right under there. Can't believe I found it. This thing is like so lucky. I'm just so lucky. All right, let's move over to another spot though.
All right, right here, all utilities. I can't see all them flags. All of those flags are marking either cable, phone, or buried electric lines right there. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just taking my hand, just massaging the sticks off from it. You see that I'm not taking any dirt, nothing. Just gently combing the debris off, because if I even go a hair down, I'm gonna tear one of those lines up. Guy's listening to a little Aaron Lewis right there. If you're wondering why my headphones have the red tape on in the middle with the pink dots, it's because I got sick of everybody taking my headphones, and so I put the most obnoxious duct tape I could on them. That way I can spot them and nobody can say that they're theirs. My head cans just kept disappearing all the time. Did I lose that GoPro again?
I just got a nice little surprise. A stick wanted to come and visit me.
This guy.
Between the tines, right up all the way into the back of the cab. It was so close.
Oh,
It just popped right out.
oh, the things I don't tell my wife.
That's the fun part about construction. You always have stories to tell.
Oh. So many close calls.
I guess that's one thing about construction. You always have a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep grading.
Let's get this grade knocked out. So we got to get it cleaned up so that we can start. Oh, I think I know what's going to happen here. I think I know. Stump. This is a nasty one. First of many. I don't know if we're going to see them all come out, but this is the first of many. So, the way you take a stump out like this, or the way I take a stump out like this is pretty simple. First I want to locate it, so I'm using the tines to kind of feel it. But a stump has feeder roots and support roots, of course depending on the tree. If it's a pine tree, it really doesn't have a whole lot of support roots. They're pretty weak. But an oak tree or maple or one of those other trees, massive support roots. Some of them go straight down on some species of trees, and others go out, right? And so what I always do is I always search for them. They're usually the big like arm-sized root, and you'll locate your central stump, and then it'll have the support roots going out, and so you don't worry about concentrating on the stump. You go around the stump and you start popping those support roots out. And once you get all those support roots popped out, then you can flip the stump up and over. See, I'm not even interested in tackling the main stump. I just want to get to the sides at this point. I figured we were going to have, you know, a plethora of little tiny stumps. Little dinky things. Hence the rock bucket. Yeah, comb through there and get them all out. But we've got a few big dogs in here as well. So you can see how far away from the main central core, because the central core is like right in front of me. So you can see how far away from it I start working to work my way into that stump. That's what's worked for me when I use a piece of equipment like that. There's other guys got other techniques and they probably work just fine. So now I got a support root on that side that I want to try to get through. We should probably move that way just a titch. Yep. This with the bucket. Yep. Get that bucket. Boom. Use the weight of the machine. Get that bucket down. Use the weight of the machine. Use the side of the bucket to slice right through it like a knife. Double check to see how you're doing. Yep, there's another support root. This one had a lot of support. There we go. You can hear that. There we go. Come on. she won't curl. See that? Maybe if I get it a little tighter. Oh, here we go. Come on, come on, come on. No clue that was in there. Neither Tim nor I. They never told us that there was all these stumps in there. Figured there was going to be some, but that's a bit bigger than I was gonna guess. So this cat has about 1,000 hours on it. In the summertime, we put dirt tracks on, so these were the tracks that came with the machine. In the wintertime, I switch them over and I use a zigzag pattern track, and it just turns it into a snow moving monster. What I'm trying to do right now is get the dirt off from the stump, because where we take stumps, you can't have dirt on them. They won't take them otherwise. I'm looking at. Oh, I was trying to get the stump to flop back in the bucket just a titch more so I could get it secured a little bit more. Now, see all them little sticks? Those don't bother me so much. I don't really like them, but they're not the end of the world to leave some of those in there. I had no idea that was down there. Another one. That one wasn't so hard though. There's another one down there though, coming up. I don't know if I got it filmed or not, or if it got included. Super sandy. So as soon as I started to break through, I had the topsoil that was there was a good mixture of just organic material that had decomposed over the years, which created enough of a binder to just allow me to kind of float over the top. But you're gonna see pretty quick I'm gonna break through it, and when I break through it, she's gonna start really moving. She gets fun. So there's a stump right down there. So what I'm doing right now is I gotta get all of the soil. I'm starting to move through the mass excavation, but with the rock bucket. And I'm doing it with the rock bucket because there, I just pulled another stump out. So it's not really the best way to do it, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing down the slope. And every time I push down the slope, I'm just feeling with my forks for stuff I don't want. And then if I've got a good run of dirt, I just let the whole thing fill up with dirt, and I can still move a lot of soil with this thing, even though I'm using a rock bucket. I'm moving a lot of dirt with it with no issues. You see that pink flag on that tree? I think I bumped the camera and fixed it with the skid loader. That pink flag tree's supposed to have been gone, but the tree company did show up. The rest of the trees, there's two other trees, the two trees that side come out. It's actually two. They look like one tree, but they're two. I was going in between them there just a second ago. The other trees stay, but what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna grade around them as if they're coming out. So we're gonna end up burying the roots on those trees and knowing that they're not supposed to be there anyway. So when the tree company comes out, they'll take them down. Oh, the grading plan is as follows. What I want to do is get all the water to come away from the back of the house. I want it to go down a swale because I can't make it go all the way to the side of the house because the side yard is way too high. And so I want to create a swale and then get the water. I can't dump it on the neighbors, so I want to get it come around and then straight down. All right, so
We want to take this tree out, but we don't want to hit that oak right there. And of course we don't want to hit the house. So, don't worry, I'm not running a chainsaw.
Now I got to be careful because as I push, I don't want the back end of the tree, and this is going on in my mind. I don't want that back end of that tree to pop straight up and into the cap. So as I push, I'm watching that bottom to see if I'm going to get this sort of a movement. So I'm concentrating on where the top's going to go, but also where that bottom half is going to go, which would be on me. But it's sandy soil. See how sandy that soil is? If that was a clay soil or a hard packed soil, there's just no way. That kitty cat's got some good power. 74 horsepower, but just such a smooth machine. So well balanced. The controls are very intuitive. Controls just feel like you're just I gotta be careful. That little oak is right there, so I'm gonna grab this, try to lift it away from that oak, because some of the branches were, this camera angle doesn't quite get that. What I want to do is just set it right into the driveway so we can cut it up. Longer videos. Some of you guys asked for them. Tell me if you like them. And if you don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm trying to make stuff for you guys. Get that rock bucket under there. One time I gotta get up. Lift up. There we go. Two more to go. I'm going to grab it and pull it back. That way I'm not taking up the entire driveway with the tree. Come on. Pull it back. Pull it back. No wheelbarrows were harmed in the making of this video. I didn't wreck the wheelbarrow. I did tip it over. Kitty cat crawls right up that hill. It's not really a high horsepower machine, but there's just something about it where it just performs. So first I tried to do two at once, that didn't work. So now this tree's going too much to the side. So I gotta back up and I gotta push it more toward the house. And then as I'm pushing toward the house, I'm gonna angle it. There we go. You can see what I'm doing right there. That way I can get her to fall right where I want it to fall. Boom. end, it actually went on the other tree, so I'm going to lift it off and slide it just over so I can just miss that tree and then pick that back end up and swing that down to where the other one is. And he was not too concerned about any of the trees that were on this property. I gotta lift it up. I gotta watch that wall. I don't want to hit that wall. Oh, bro, I hit that. I knocked one brick off. I knocked one stone off. And I will make like literally 600-700 trips right next to that wall, and that is the most damage I do to it. So, you know, right out of the gate, might as well get it done with, right? I don't like doing that. So you see how I drove over it? I was pretty confident, but that was a little bit, because that back, all the other times I was basically had the bucket in front of me and the tree trunk, and or had enough space that if it did snap, it shouldn't hit, you know, I was outside of the strike zone, so to speak. This was the case where I'm like, I think I was just getting complacent, possibly, or comfortable, because I just went for it. See how it flopped up? You can do that. See, I'm breaking through the sand. And this is where that triple grouser design comes in handy. What I mentioned earlier was the CAT track system and the ASV track system, both I think are the best on the market. It's my opinion. Watch this. See, if I'm thinking, see how sugar sand that is right in front? In my head, I'm thinking, oh no, I gotta work on this sand, this entire job site. I was worried about popping out of my tracks, but it's got this dual rail. It just is it's a really secure track system. And so I kind of remembered that as I was making that turn, and I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see if it pops off or not. I mean, if I was in one of my other pieces of equipment, I would have probably been doing a repair right there. Sand at that angle. Sand is bad because it gets in between there, kind of flops in there, fills in, and then it makes the track ride off. Oh, there's more trees coming down. I thought I already took 3 trees down. Maybe there's 4. It's not much of a treat. Oh, this is kind of cool. Just kind of watching the process, I think. You guys tell me. It's not too, hopefully it's not too fast, not too slow, hopefully. I don't know. I always worry about slow videos. And shaky videos. Too much camera movement. This is in 4K. Best viewed on a big screen, sound up. Not joking. How many? I don't remember there being that many trees. But they literally popped down so fast. I mean, it was like a half. Here you go. I mean, you are actually watching how long it took to take all of them out. It was just like a couple songs on the headphones, and the trees are down in the driveway, and then that frees up the slope so I can start moving material out. Wow. It's going to take longer to limb them, block them, sort the stumps, because the limbs go one place and the stumps go another. See, that sand is starting to act up. So actually that sand's going to impact how I do the next phase of this job site, which is the mass moving of the dirt. I'm actually going to use an old, I don't call it an old technique, heavier equipment technique. I'm going to slot push this whole side of the hill down. Slot push means I dig a slot into the side of the hill and then use that to push, because then I'm not getting my machine kittywampus. Because you see, if you look inside that garage right there, look in that garage. God, that front garage wall looks jacked, doesn't it? Holy crap, is that me, or is that whole garage wall completely jacked? Maybe it's because it's a wide view on the GoPro. Anyway, it's CMU, concrete masonry units inside of the garage wall. So it's just literal concrete blocks with a little mortar, a spit of mortar holding them together. Those are not that strong. Of course, there's probably rebar every 3 feet on center, or whatever they do. But it's not designed to hold the lateral weight of the machine, meaning I can't put the machine sideways along that, but if I put the weight of the machine up on the hill, I can put my bucket towards it and pull away from it. And so you won't see me drive sideways near that garage wall, but you will see me still grade right up to the garage. Turn my machine. See, she's got the weight of the skid loader is all in the back. Okay, the front's pretty light. And it allows you to, if you're not familiar with skid loaders, it allows you to counteract. So everything you pick up in the front is counteracted by the weight in the back. So when my bucket is empty, that's that massive load, isn't it? When my bucket is empty, all my weight's in the back of the machine. The bucket's light. I mean, I can lift it off the ground, as you guys know. But I can also just put it on the ground and feather it, just barely touching the ground. I can do that with the weight behind it safely. But when I gotta clear that whole hill out and move all of that dirt down, I can't just start digging. I gotta go far enough away that I can create a slot and get it all cleared out. But you will see that in the next one. But this is right here, this is why I did that. Because I'm thinking, oh man, if I broke like that right next to that garage wall, if this happened over there, I'd bust right through that garage wall. I'd break right through it. So that makes it tougher. Definitely tougher to do this. Not impossible, but it means my whole operating procedure is going to be completely different. Like if it wasn't sand underneath and it was good soil, right? Some stabilizing agents, some binding agents, something that allows me to kind of grab the hold of the soil. the way I would do it is I would just start shaving and contouring just little bits of the whole soil completely off, just going, pushing, right? But because it's sand, I can't do it that way. We'll start at the top. This is just the clearing segment. I'm gonna push, to get past the garage, I'm gonna push everything up to the top of the hill, and I'm gonna use the top of the hill as my runway. And then when I need to start removing the soil closer to it, I start from the top, start cutting that out, and then so there I am back dragging away from the garage. Okay, here we're starting the slot. Here we're starting the slot cut. I think this is what I was talking about earlier.
That's not good. Everything was going fine, and then
I pinched it, didn't I?
boom.
Yep, I pinched it.
Lost my hydraulic oil. She blew.
Pinched my hose.
I kinked it.
She didn't blow,
Wasn't
I
paying
pinched
attention.
it. Yeah,
Branch grabbed it,
it's my fault.
twisted that thing, and before I could untwist it, looks like we go to plan B. I don't want to put the bucket on.
I kind of like the rock bucket at this point.
So
It's
much
getting late in the
stuff
day.
there. But without a hose.
Yeah.
God, at this point, I don't need the top clasps. If those came off, I could just run with the bucket, the root bucket, just fine.
Now I'm trying to milk my way by still using it.
If I want to even put that
Do I-
bucket on, to be honest
Do I
with you.
lift them up and then chain it up just to get the top clasps out of the way, but it's leaking.
It's a
and then-
simple fix, though. It's just disconnect it right there. Right there. Boom. So we disconnect it there. That's it. It's a wrench. It's a simple fix like that. Take it down to the hydraulic hose shop, and we're back in action. All right.
I was back in action the next morning. We got it fixed. I mean, that day actually. Tim came and grabbed it and came back 20 minutes later with a new hose. What are we looking at here? Oh.
Let's go to plan B.
So those hoses are what activate the hydraulics, the grapplers. So by disconnecting them, I no longer have grapplers, but I'm not going to use any of it. I just don't want to have it connected up even while I'm driving, because there still could be some pressure going through there for some way, shape, or form. And there's no sense in spraying myself with any more hydraulic fluid than I already have. Come on. Oh, if you look down in the corner, I'm just about to lose my connection to my quick coupler. I don't know if Cat calls it a quick coupler. I call it a quick coupler. My
got a
bolt
new
is
guy.
actually broken. And I still...
We hired a new guy.
The new guy showed
I
up.
think he's here. I haven't met him yet. I think he's here. I haven't met him.
His name is Zach. He drives like an hour every single day to and from to get here. Why don't you get out of your skid loader and go check?
He's looking this way. Let's go meet him.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was him or not. So you can see the slot pushing started, but
Oh, look at that. Howdy.
came with his own chaps.
How are you? Man, you're prepared.
Oh yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Zach.
Nice to meet you, Zach. Did you grab a chainsaw?
No, Tim's going to grab it.
Tim's bringing one out?
Yeah,
all right, well, let's show you what we got going on. Look at you, you're all fancy.
If you would have told me, I would have brought my chainsaw. I got 36-inch bar out at home along with a 25, and then I got 2 more that I need to put back together. I just got them.
Well, we weren't planning on taking these down. So this was kind of like one of those things, Zach, where all of a sudden we're like, yeah, let's take these down. So what we'll do, we'll limb these up, put the limbs in one. We'll cut them into 6, 7, 8 foot chunks or what have you.
Okay.
And then we'll just cut them down by the stump, so I can get a stump load. Then these guys can use the rest of it for wood, and then we'll haul the limbs out because they won't want that for burning.
Okay.
But this way they can have a bonfire or whatever, and we don't need to cut them into 24-inch lengths. Just boom, zip, clean it up, and we'll go from there. Tim should be here pretty quick, I believe. He's just went to my house.
Yeah.
So I'll show you around the site while you're here. So we're grading out this yard. We got to take all of this here. All this has to come back, and it goes around all the way back here, and then I've got a big stockpile of garbage and gook and debris down in the bottom. This whole hill's got to come down. We've got to fix this grade even more. This was pretty bad earlier.
I can see it. This is what after you just kind of fluffed it up. And
No, I've been working here all day. You should have seen it before. I've moved quite a bit of material all the way already down and around. Yeah. Yeah, this was probably one of the most negative pitched yards I've ever walked into for having like grades going into the house.
wanted to flow away from the house, not towards it.
Right. So then, yeah, I'm bringing all this down. Like that was our low spot, so that's been filled up about 4 feet already. Wow. So it's like hill over there, low spot over here, boom, balance the site. We'll see what we can do. So I'm gonna take that down. You don't have any tools on you by any chance, do you? Like wrenches? Like our wrench?
Maybe. I'd have to look.
I'll tell you, I'll show you what we gotta do too, because there's one other thing. See, I'm already getting somebody to fix my mistakes. I blew a hose, Zach.
Yeah,
I just met him.
see if I have a wrench.
It's an easy one.
Bad that way.
It's
Yeah, I do.
bad that way.
It's all in, I got a whole toolbox in the back of the truck.
Oh, there you go. There you be. When you take the hose off, you gotta plug the hole, because
It'll spray hydraulic everywhere.
no, we don't want dirt getting in. It shouldn't be under pressure. The pressure is released because the line is ruptured.
Okay.
So this is the ruptured line right here.
Oh, I see you probably smashed it between something.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So you just, once you take that off, you're golden.
Okay.
It's literally as easy as taking that off. And I'm gonna keep grading. So we're gonna clear the tree, and then on the next grading nightmare, this is where we just get into some massive mountain. We're gonna move a lot of dirt coming up. I get a whole day of just pushing soil from around one end all the way to the other. So Zach went to town on the tree, got that cleared up for me. Next day we got that loaded up and hauled out, but we've still got a lot more work to do on this job site. And you gotta tell me, do you like really long videos like this? God bless, go get them, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully we'll see you on another one.